All right, here's a drone video for a spectacular property. This happens to be tract 39 at Timber Shoals Ranch. Beautiful, beautiful property. The entire east side borders the Corps of Engineer take line for about 190 feet. So you've got access to the Corps land and access to the lake. We're parked on the west side. We're parked on the easement road. The drone is probably facing north with the land on the right. And I'm sure in a second we'll get up above the tree line and we'll take a good look at this. You can already see it's fairly level on the west side by the road. As we see in a minute, it'll slope down very gradually as we head east toward the lake. So the land itself lays really, really nicely. Okay, so we're basically looking easterly now over the property toward the Corps land and Bull Shoals Lake itself. Beautiful, beautiful property. It's a mixture of hardwood and cedar trees, maybe some pine on there as well. You can tell just by this drone shot that this lays really nicely. You can watch the ground video too on our website, InstantAcres.com, by the way, if you're not already there. So now we're heading easterly over the property. There's the truck. And we're going to head easterly over the property and check it all over. On the left, you can see what looks like a cedar grove. And then we'll come up on the Corps land and then the lake itself. Bull Shoals Lake is a Corps of Engineer lake, which means that basically it's maintained by the Army Corps of Engineers. They can raise and lower the water level in the dam, which they do, both for flood control and for power generation. So because they need to be able to change that water level, the Corps of Engineers actually owns a strip of land going back from the water. So since private individuals basically can't own the lake shore on Bull Shoals Lake, what you want to try and do, what people try to do, is get property bordering the Corps land, or what they call the take line. Looking north now, it's the main channel. So when you have property, if you're able to find property that borders the take line, which is public land, you can cross directly over that to get to the water. So oftentimes land that directly borders the take line is considered lakefront on a Corps of Engineer lake. And there are many of them: Table Rock Lake by Branson, this lake, Bull Shoals Lake, and many others. So now we're looking westerly. We've got the lake, some of the Corps land, and then the property. As we pan toward the south, off to the right, way off to the right, you can see what we call the Sandy Beach area. And you'll see that on some of the maps and whatnot on the listing page. When the water's low, it's a beautiful sandy beach, although in looking at this video, it looks like there may be some sandy shoreline not too far from this property itself, which is really cool. Since this directly borders the Corps land, or the take line as they call it, you can literally walk and explore miles of shoreline from this property. Oh, and by the way, the Corps land is generally open for hunting as well. So similar to if you're able to find property that borders the National Forest, really hard to find, but hunters and outdoors people love it. Because you can set up camp or your home or your cabin on your own private tract and access all that public land. Same situation here, except that in addition to the hundreds or thousands of acres of additional hunting and recreation land, you've got miles of lakeshore as well. So just a very short walk through the Corps land, right to the lake. The water is generally quite clear. You can look in and see the fish, swimming, fishing, paddleboarding, kayaking, all that good stuff. We've used the Sandy Beach area at the south end of the peninsula, and we've used State Line Cove to the north as places to put a pontoon boat and jet skis into the water. They're just natural launches, they're not concrete. So for a large boat or a heavy boat, you'd have to look around a little bit and probably find a concrete launch. I think we're just kind of zooming in to check out the shoreline. That shoreline's a little rocky, but it's clear. The water itself is beautiful. The only time we've seen the water not clear was a couple days after a heavy rain, and then it was churned up a little bit, but right now it's fairly clear. If you look toward the shore, you can probably see some fish, and there are huge fish in Bull Shoals Lake. This particular section of Bull Shoals Lake is very popular for fishing. It's a family-friendly area of the lake. You've got people pulling tubes on their pontoon boats, you've got jet skis, you've got people out fishing. You don't really see a lot of the big, loud party boats or what they call the cigarette boats. We've never seen one out in this section of the lake. So now heading westerly. Again, the property is basically all wooded. This is much more level than some other tracks that we've seen, so a lot of good usable area. Check out the topo map, check out the ground video. We're not too far out of Branson. We're only a little over an hour south or southeast of Springfield, Missouri, although this property is actually in Boone County, Arkansas. It's only about a half-mile south of the state line. Now we're searching for the truck. Oh, there it is. So basic property covenants in place to protect your investment out here. You can certainly hunt on your property. You can certainly camp for a certain amount of time throughout the year. You can build your own home or cabin. It's got to be at least 600 square feet on a full concrete foundation. You can check out all the covenants in detail at InstantAcres.com, but we think they're pretty basic. If you have any questions, you can call us in the office, of course. You can email us at sales@InstantAcres.com. But if you're not already there, your first stop, should be our website at InstantAcres.com. You can see if the property is available. You can read all about us. If you have any questions at all, we would love to talk to you. Give us a call or send us an email or all of the above. InstantAcres.com. This is a beautiful, beautiful property.